What's up, everybody? So, this is my impromptu live stream. You know, given someone was just so open, I decided it's time I be open my damn self tonight because I just want to get some things off my chest of what I desire for in a relationship and things. Um, First, let me give some background. I'm 23 years old. I am, and I'm recently was still semi open bisexual man. Um, so I see the world uniquely in some things, and but I feel just because I'm bisexual, that doesn't make me any less of a man. But it's hard for me to open up because I feel like that's how the world will see me. So it's like certain thing because the cultural thing is a man's supposed to only want women, and I do want women, but I'm also attracted to guys as well. So it's just hard to really open up um, because that's just honestly always been a struggle for me. And but I want to be I want to be open, open and honest for once in a public setting. Should I have family members or friends that are subscribed to this channel that didn't even technically know? Like I wanted so badly to come out as bisexual to my mom on Thanksgiving, but I just didn't have the guts to do it. Even though I feel she already knows anyways. She just knows without confirming that I'm bisexual, but it's just I don't want that judgment. Um, Cause whether I wanna admit it or not, I feel that what my fear is that she'll disown me if she finds out that I'm bisexual for sure. Even though she already knows that I'm bi, I feel she already knows deep down. A mother knows their child, so I feel she knows that. I don't know. Maybe she suspects that I'm gay. I'm not gay. I'm bisexual, but still, it's just a lot of people associate that as the exact same thing, but to me, it's I don't see it that way. I mean, I emotionally connect with women better than I do with guys. Like, for example, a few months ago, I went to this LGBT support group where there was like four guys, no, three other guys and myself, and then one other girl. The only time I felt any sort of even close to civilized was with the girl, because first of all, that boy was getting on my very last nerve. He kept saying a bunch of ignorant things, talk about there's no racism here at all in the United States, and that there's then he said there's no homophobia exists anywhere in the United States. It's like it was really hard to connect with him. And hey Queen Nikisha, um tonight I'm just open I'm trying to open up a little bit more, just get some things off of my chest. But the conversation is open for anyone, and if there's something they wanted to discuss, then I understand. I'm here to listen as well. If y'all, I appreciate y'all listening to me and all everybody's support. They've always been so supportive and nice. I just want to finally let that off of my chest. I was saying before you arrived how the reason I'm afraid to reveal to my mom that I'm bisexual, even though I feel she already knows, is I'm afraid she would disown me Even though she doesn't necessarily disown my brother who's gay, but she treats him kind of differently, but they just don't get along for other reasons. But I just that's why I'm still semi closeted, even though I'm technically out in public aspects. Um, Nikisha says, I'm happy to listen to you. Thank you for being comfortable being so vulnerable with us. Of course. Yeah. Cause honestly, it was like I got inspiration from the live stream just now, even though that was totally different. That was more in fun. But just when when someone else was so open, I'm like, why can't I just be so open for once instead of just even though it was more in comedic thing, but still, I just feel that deep down inside, um, I'm just finally ready to. Hey, my queen Jessica, how are, how's my gorgeous queen of the world? Um, yeah, but I'm going to conquer. But I'm going to conquer that. I want to tell her she's subscribed to my channel anyway. So if she saw that, she probably already knows with her own words if she saw any of that. But she usually clicks off of my videos within the first 30 seconds, anyways. When I'm usually swearing, but if she saw that, then that's just a relief. But I do need to tell her because I feel that me not telling my mom about me being bisexual has it holds me back in some ways. Like this right here, what I'm doing finally right now, finally open in my own live stream talking about my bisexuality. It's for the first time I could feel kind of relieved. But I want to do like a bunch of series of videos and stuff. But I was afraid she might see it and then disown me. That's my running fear. So that's why it kind of shuts down. Even one time I thought about just wait. No, I don't want to say that out loud because it's but it's just but I feel I'm done with that though. I need to move like you said, she probably knows. I understand it's scary for any person, but especially for a black man. Exactly. Exactly. I really do feel she knows because what she has one straight son. His name's Rayshawn. Does Rayshawn talk to her every day about soap operas? I don't think so. And not to say that straight men don't watch soap operas, but that's not the point. But it's in my personality. It's who I am. But it's just I do feel she knows on some level, but it's still I'm afraid the confirmation would that she would be ashamed of me, and I don't want that. You said your brother is gay. How does she treat him differently? She does. She does treat him differently, like they're because technically they should be but it's other factors though in there. But I do feel like that is a part of the factor, whether she wants to admit it or not. Um, but because technically he was the only one that wasn't in foster care. She has four kids. He was the only one that was never in the foster care system. So technically, they should be the closest. Um, but they had a falling out years ago over money. Uh, and but honestly, I think he feels on some level that she treats him differently because he's gay, and she feels he's just they just are oil and water, pretty much. But it was mostly about the money. But I think underneath the lying thing, it's the gay thing that he feels. Which I mean, she's said things in the past about that. I mean, she has been supportive of other gay people before, so it's not as if that's impossible. But she has said before that she didn't want that for her kids. But like I said, but she can't control who I am. Um, And I still think, but I'm just like, I'm afraid like once she gets that confirmation, that would change our relationship, even though I really hope it doesn't. Because it shouldn't. I'm still her son. So it's just and it's none of and my sex life is none of her business anyways. So I don't see why it should change anything. That's how I truly feel. But it's just I'm not sure. Exactly. You're still her son. That's what I'm saying, but I just haven't found that strength to finally tell her. And that was my intention on Thanksgiving. I intended on to tell you the truth, that's part of the reason why I wanted to do that live stream on Thanksgiving, especially because I thought I would just blurt it would be blurted out so it could just be over with. But I didn't even end up doing a live stream over there because the roommate was over there. Her roommate was already in the kitchen, and we were in the kitchen the entire time. So I just chickened out of it. But I do, like I said, I do plan on. But now I do plan on telling her very soon because um, I can't keep letting it hold back my other things. Like I said, I want to do some bisexual videos of how I feel as a bisexual man in this world, and get professional editors to help me edit those videos out and really send it how I wanted to say it. But tonight is just the night I want to finally be open open on my own channel for once, because I see I'm open on Albert's channel all the time, and I'm mostly open on my channel about the soap operas, but I'm never open about myself because my mom is subscribed to this channel. So that was always a I felt like that's holding back certain things. Like even when I want to say in my reviews about, oh, well, Dex looks attractive today or something like that, I can't say it because I'm like, she's subscribed to my channel. I'm terrified that she might discover one of those videos and call me out on it. And but I'm just tired of living like that on eggshells. That's not in any other aspects of my life. Um, that's not how I am. What you see is what you get. So I'm just I'm finally ready to just rip the band-aid off, get it out in the open. I will tell her. Maybe you could write her a letter and tell her how you feel. Reading is a good process because it forces the reader to react slowly, then communicating verbally. Thank you, Queen Nikisha. That's certainly something I could consider doing as well. Um, but but I'm definitely but like the other Queen Jessica said, I'm definitely gonna rip the band-aid off by 2024 so I could really truly reach my full potential. So I'm just ready to start this next chapter in my life. Just to be completely open. Um have you told your siblings? Yes. Both my brother and my sister knows. Well, my oldest brother doesn't know because I don't speak to him as much. I mean, we're cool and all, but I just don't speak to him as that. And my father side doesn't know. My father doesn't know either because he's not even in my life like that. So, um, but he claims he's coming to Boston in 2 months. So if he comes to Boston in 2 months, I'll just spit it out. With him, I have no problem just spitting that out because he's never really been a consistent presence in my life anyway. So that really wouldn't make that much of a difference if he did do that, which I don't see it. Um, but to my mom, that would sting if she officially started treating me differently once she gets confirmation. But like I said, I just feel she already knows. So might as well just rip off the band-aid and just say it. That, yep, I'm bisexual. That's the truth. I'm into both women and men. That's just the truth. But she wasn't the only reason why I didn't want to come out as bisexual for so many years. It's also at the time when I didn't feel that I got to experience as much, like, because I've known since I was around 16 or so that I was bisexual. Well, actually, way, way, way longer than that. I've known that I was attracted to both gir- girls and guys, but I really came to terms to it with myself by the time I was 16. And then, but I didn't come out to anyone directly until I was 21 after I had hooked up with my first few. I hooked up with the girl, then I hooked up with. Were you dating while living with her? Not technically. I mean, I went out on a date back in 2018. She was still there when I was doing that, but so very, very, very briefly, but not extensively. Like when I moved out on my own in 2020, then I was seeing some, well, kind of seeing someone in 2021, but 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 no, but I wasn't. I didn't feel like fully ready until I was 21. That's when I came out to my best friend and then to my brother and then eventually to my sister. But now I'm ready to tell my mom, and then after that, then I'll pretty much be more open to any and everyone because I already planned on doing that. Like if someone in the street asked me, "Oh, are you into girls or guys?" I would probably just I would just answer, "I'm into both," and keep it moving. If I was having like a simple conversation with someone, uh, that's that's at the point of my life where I'm ready to finally step out and say that. You know, I'm finally ready. But it's wonderful support from you and Queen Nakisha, and Albert, and and my best friend Diana. It has finally propelled me to take that next step to finally rip that final bandage off and truly enjoy life as me, the one and only Kyrese Clark, if you know what I mean. But getting to, but thank you so much for listening to that portion. Whenever you do it, good luck, you Kyrese. I hope it goes well whenever you do it. Yes, thank you so much, Queen Jessica. Um, I hope it goes well as well. But we're getting into the relationship expectations that I have now. I could say it most honestly. Um, when it comes to, since I'm attracted to both women and men, I kind of see it from a different perspective, though. Like, for example, when I'm with a woman, I just I'm perfectly okay with a more somewhat traditional approach to the relationship. If like I'll take, like, when we go out to dinner, yes, I'll pay for the dinners or stuff like that. Like I'll bring her flowers, I'll buy buy her jewelry when necessary or when applicable. Only for a serious relationship. I'm not buying some basic girl I just met some jewelry just to get in her panties. I'm not about to do all that. But spend thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars on some jewelry just to get into some random chick's panties. I ain't doing it. But as for a guy, on the other hand, I see that as more. on equal grounds. Like when I'm not about to sit over there, like if we go out on dates, I'm not paying for no guy's date. I mean dinner when I just met you. Like no, we'll go Dutch. He pays for what he pays for. I pay for what I pay for. Because I just don't have. That's honestly why emotionally I'm more drawn towards women when it comes to getting in a relation to an actual relationship. I picture it more with women. Now maybe it's because of the reasons that I said, because subconsciously I'm trying to fight that off, but still I just never really, I don't connect with guys as well emotionally as I do with girls. I get along with women better than I do with guys. It's always been the case, and it still is. Like I said, I went to two LGBTQ support groups, and it was the same thing. Like that black girl was the only one I was even able to tolerate for a more sociable reaction. And then the second one, it was a bunch of girls and guys, but I became friends and exchanged numbers with one girl there. Um, her name was, what is her name? Wow, yeah, it was that girl that I mentioned in the chat that day. I have her number in my phone and I done forgot her name. That is just so wow of me. Oh yeah, Lauren. Yeah, that's who it was. But you see, I connected with her better, and I opened up to her like how I'm kind of opening up here a little bit, and that's why I was able to really connect with her that day. Because that's just the way that's always been for me. It's just easier with girls. Well, with guys, um, see, with girls, I'm both physically and emotionally into it. With guys, it's just physical. Like it really is like the little like the little Wayne song. As soon as I come to my senses. Like you know what I mean? Like once after I've had sex with a guy or whatever, I don't need to think anything else about him whatsoever, and I'm more than fine with that. But with the woman, I get like all invested in. I kind of want like, but like that's kind of like how when Albert said that earlier about how some people have unrealistic expectations because they want like that Disney fairy tale romance. That's kind of true. Like sometimes when I'm with a woman, that's kind of. He said, "Not come to your senses." It's true though. It's the truth. Shoot. Cause that's all. That's all it is with most guys. It's just physical physical attraction. Once that's done, then that's just done. Like I don't see myself trying to truly fall in love with a guy, buy a house with a guy, have children with a guy. Like I just don't see. I just have trouble seeing that with a woman. That's more natural for me. It's just I just happen to be also attracted to men too. So that's just what complexes it. But how come? Uh, like I said, it probably has something to do with the fact that a traditional relationship with a woman is probably more socially acceptable, but not really though. But it's just but if I found a guy that truly changed my mind and I wanted to go all in, I would do it with no hesitation. But the only time I could ever think about anything with a guy other than sexually, even with a relationship, would be if it's something transactional out of it. Like if I would have no problem seducing a rich guy. I would have no problem with that. Sleeping with banging with some rich guy, but I don't really he wouldn't really be able to break my heart because he won't have it. Cuz there's just materialistic things that I would crave from a guy on guy relationship. But as far as being vulnerable, being in, intimate, I just don't see that because don't really connect with guys on that level. I connect with women on that level. Um, maybe it will be different in the future, but I highly doubt it. But but the thing with that with women now, um, because prior to that I was suppressing that when I was trying to pretend to be straight, when I was just suppressing those bisexual desires, it's easier to want to have I used to have a the wrong mindset that oh well if I pretty much trap the woman, get her pregnant with children, and then when she inevitably breaks up with me anyways, as long as I have my children who will hopefully love me unconditionally, then nothing else matters. Um, when in reality, I just realized that like some point a few months ago that that's just me subconsciously trying to suppress that fact of that. So I would never be able to true and and if I did proceed to go down that route, I'm creating a toxic environment for those future children because I'm not being honest with their mother to begin with. So if my bisexuality was a deal breaker for her, then that just shows that she's not the woman for me. Because just because I'm bisexual doesn't mean I can't commit. Because once I set my mind to someone, then that's usually how I am. I'm loyal to a fault. So if she can't appreciate me for me, then don't I shouldn't waste her time and I shouldn't allow her to waste my time. And then we damn sure shouldn't be bringing innocent children into the world into our toxic mess if we can't figure our own stuff out. So I'm just finally I always complain about how unlucky in love I could be, but that just shows but the more I'm beginning to think and the more I'm beginning to accept myself, the more grateful that I am in the long run that it was waiting for me to truly mature a little bit more in order to truly so I could truly find someone that I could appreciate and that could appreciate me right back. And Nikisha says that's very mature thinking. Thank you, Queen Nikisha. Yeah. Um, cause I'm just trying to listen for the year 2024, we got I got to move forward. I'm about to potentially be starting a new job, a new it's time for the next chapter of my life to truly begin, which is in order to do that I need to be truly honest. So that's why I am going to get the strength to tell my mom this week, hopefully soon. I would say that your mindset is more mature than many 23-year-olds. Thank you, CW. I appreciate I appreciate that. But you see, the thing with me is some days I go one step forward and then about 35 steps backwards. That's what my problem is. See, I'll be talking with see now I'm finally saying some of this stuff out loud because I've said things like this in my head one day, and then the next day I'll be like, oh no, I'm not. I didn't know what I was talking about. No, I'm what I'm doing is just fine. Nope, I just need to go find me a woman and blah 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 blah. And then nothing else matters. So I take like one step forward and about 25 steps backwards sometimes. I've done that throughout the last few years, but I'm tired of doing that because that's why my life just feels in the same circle sometimes until I, because like on a Tyler Perry play, I believe it was Hattie that said that. It said life doesn't come with a remote. You got to get up and change it yourself. So that's definitely what I'm trying to do. Just change my life myself by just finally, for once, being truly authentic. Outside of the hilarious guy that you see, there is a vulnerable 23-year-old that's still um, there. So, so I'm so grateful to have you, Jess, and the Queen Jessica and the Queen Nikisha, Albert, just so great, and my best friend Diana Carter in my life just allows me to finally step out of this shell and continue to be better and better every day. I get stronger and stronger when it comes to owning my bisexuality and just figuring life out one day at a time. But, but I still just don't see myself connecting with guys on an emotional level though. But I really don't know. Like maybe if I tried to let down my guard would that work? But nah, I just some some habits are will always have your back, my friend. Best believe that. Thank you so much, CW. I have no idea how much that means to me. It means a lot. It means so very much. But yeah. Um, but getting in, but I want to get into more because I try to learn more perspective. I want more perspective. So what? Albert usually asks this question, so I'll ask it here as well. But is your what is the preference that you prefer in a relationship? Like, what are qualities in a relationship that you des- that you feel are extremely important? Like for me, I feel I would need someone like who I end up with romantically would probably need to be someone that we could balance each other out. I can't do someone with a toxic attitude um because I or because like I know that would simply turn into a verbally abusive relationship on both ends because I know how reckless and ruthless my mouth could be. So if someone just wants to insult, if I was just with someone that's a negative downer and likes to insult, then I'm just gonna that should probably be a deal breaker for me because I know for a fact that would cause my mental health to decline, and then I'm going to when some if a partner wanted to knew my vulnerabilities and wanted to use that as a weapon against me every single day, every single chance that they get, that's just going to create a combative environment and a toxic relationship because I'm just the type of person that's always going to want to push back. I'm not the turn the other cheek type of guy. At least not ever though. I'm just I always got to keep I always like to pride myself on keeping that exact same energy. So I know that an aggressive toned woman, someone that's like extra aggressive, that just wouldn't work for me. I would want someone that not someone that's weak. Like I still prefer someone strong minded, but kind of sensitive to that front. That's how. That's who would be my ideal partner, or someone that's open, that I could be open and honest with, and then that would be loyal to me. I'd be loyal to them. That's just how I'd probably go about an ideal relationship that I'd be looking for. Um, but that's just me. But how about you, the Queen Jessica? If Evan Hoffer tries to sweep you off your feet, what does he got to do to win you over? Definitely look for someone that will allow you to be you, someone who you can grow with as the relationship progresses. That's true. It would definitely do that. Because I know, because Queen Jessica, I know what Evan Hoffer could do to win me over. All he has to do is bend down. Ow, ow, ow. That's how Evan Hoffer would win me over. Oh wow. But I'm surprised. But in all honesty, I'm kind of surprised that I'm was so attracted to Evan Hoffer slash Dex from General Hospital, because he typically wouldn't be my type, more or less. I mean, well, actually, that's I'll save that for a spicier story on how that came along. I'll explain that when I do that video, the professional video that I'm talking about. That's when I'll explain how that attraction works and how Evan usually lacks from that based off of some pictures. But I'll get into that one day. But I don't think Dex is attractive, but Evan is a cutie from the way he looked in the chat that day. Yeah, it's true. I see him as more of a fling for you. Exactly. See, CW gets it. Hello. He would be a fling. I wouldn't have no feelings for Dex. Well, a feeling, but you know what I mean. But no damn but not a romantic one. It took everything in me not to say that when Nathaniel Gray was in the chat, but Evan Hoffer looks like the type that would suck a dick if the situation called for it. I could just see it all over him. It took everything in me not to say that. Because he'd be like, oh, well, no, he's my friend, and blah, 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 blah. Like recognizes like. Okay. Uh, he's he's probably fluid when given the chance. I could see it in his eyes, even with pictures, without being on the show. But not even just the character he plays, but with some pictures I've seen of him on Instagram. Like I said, I could see it. I could easily see Dex hooking up slash Evan Hoffer hooking up with the guy off camera. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. I usually my bidar goes off when I see him. But I could see what Nikisha's saying why she wouldn't find. Do you feel that way about Zende from Bald and the Beautiful? I have said that in the past. Oh wait, hold on. About what? Wait, what about him? Do I want him now? Does he? Did he strike off a little gaydar? I did say that to my friend Tony before that I thought Zende might have been gay because um Tony swears up and down that Scott Clifton is gay, but I don't see that he is bisexual. Eh, I did suspect Zende at some point. The new one, right? Not the old one is straight. This one is. But I really love this one's new attitude. That's what I know for sure. I love his new attitude, but I have suspected him in the past. Actually, yes. Not presently, but in the past I have. It's true. Um, what was I gonna say? Speaking of this the soap operas, you mentioned the Bald and Beautiful, but I saw the Young and the Restless preview. Yo, I cannot wait for this week to play out. Yo, spoiler alert from that video. Yo, Nick Newman getting stabbed is everything I need in my life. I am so happy that she stabbed him on the face. It's on Facebook. You show the promo that things stabbed Nick, and he was trying to go. I thought they were going to put Zende and RJ in a romantic pairing. I was way off. Yeah, they're related, even though by adoption, but they're still legally related. But then again, so is Nell and Michael. So they're adoptively related, yet they still had a kid together. But Frank adopted Carly, so they're legally siblings. Even though technically now, Nell was Nina's, but that still didn't. But legally, they were Carly and Nell were sisters legally, but that certainly didn't stop her. But that was just way off. Um, with that Nell thing, that was such a writer's block because Nell and Michael are around the same age, yet she's complaining that Carly was supposed to be there to raise her. But so you're telling me that Carly had Michael like a year later after that? When we both know that was a crap rewrite. That was just like way far fetched. Extremely far fetched. Like they should have just made Willow the daughter from the beginning because that's what we all suspected anyways. Yeah, true. It was very bad writing. Extremely bad. Because if Nina and Carly are around the same age, give or take, then Nell Nell and Michael, because teenage Carly went over there to go try to get child support that Frank owed Virginia. But she was still like what, 16, 18 at the time, so that was just it was a very lapse in judgment on the writer's part to approve that storyline. I know they say, oh, it's hard to keep a show open that's been open for 60 years, but I'm sorry, they could do a little better than that. I'm just saying. As bad as the whole Ridge Forrester paternity rewrite. That's true, because when the show started for years, he was Eric's biological son for a while until they rewrote it, right? CW? So I could see that. Because Brad Bell Jr. Is something else. Something else entirely. I wish my family owned a soap. I know. If because they say that the writers struggle or whatever. I sure wish that any one of those soap operas would hire Nikisha, especially General Hospital or The Young and the Restless or The Bold and the Beautiful. They could all really use you in their writers' room. You would change that show around so quick. I bet you Bald and the Beautiful will be. And they did a paternity test for Bridget to determine if Ridge or Eric was her father, so they definitely should have found out then. Exactly. Because Brooke is nasty. But Brooke's milkshakes brings all the boys to the yard. That reminds me, I have the idea for your story for Sam and Ava to be close. Awesome. Spill the tea. Unless if it's too long, then I'll set up StreamYard, and we could do that when you get your next day off. But if not, if you could type it here, I sure would appreciate it. I'll read that. Ooh, I'm looking forward to this. Like I said, I've been wanting Ava and Sam to be close for a minute now, especially since Jillian died. All Ava has is Avery. I really liked the new Danny. He showed he can act, and when he had to tell Sam and Dante about Charlotte wandering off. Yeah, that's true. Is it just? It can't be just me and my mom on this one, but Charlotte, she's creepy. She's very, very, very creepy. Like she has a creepy presence about her. Julian is dead, so no match. I keep Ava and Sam keep for CW keeps forgetting that Ava and Sam are related. That's true. I'd make Avery be the match. Avery be the match for what? Oh wait, I really he showed he can act. He had to tell Sam and Dante about Charlotte wandering off. Julian is dead, so no match. I'd make Avery the match. Wait, what's happening here? I see something about Charlotte wandering off. So and Sam would be grateful to Ava for agreeing to the surgery. Charlotte wandering off. I'm sorry. Who was sick here? So does Danny have cancer again, or does Scout have cancer this time? And Avery is the only match. So I think it's coming out of order. Yeah. I just forgot who. Yeah, remember when Danny was a baby, he had cancer? And that's how Julian had to give his bone marrow to save Danny? And that was when Danny was a baby. Back in 2013. I wouldn't be upset if Charlotte wandered off never to return. That girl is bad. Yeah, that girl, she's a demon seed. But I do want her to stay around though because she's Helena 2.0. She could be pure evil. Yes, that's what I mean. Danny will need a donor. Avery will be the donor. Okay. And then Ava and Sunny agreed to it, and Sam was grateful to Ava for agreeing to the surgery because Sunny agreed to it despite his brief hesitations, but Ava also agreed to it since they do have joint custody of Avery now. That they both have it's up to both of their decisions, and Ava did agree to it. Okay, and that's how. And Sam is truly grateful for Ava, and now they finally have a bond as family members. I like that. That's good. I like that a lot, Queen Lakeisha. Because and Ava and Sam bond over having lost daughters. Yep, Ava lost Kiki and Sam lost Lila. Mm. I could see the scene playing out. It's funny, they should already be bonded. They both had kids with Sunny. They both had daughters with Sunny. And then maybe Sam could say, she I could see Sam saying, "Oh, maybe every time I see Avery, I think that maybe Lila will be." I can see Sam saying something like that, even though technically you could say that about Scout. But I'm so grateful every day that I have Scout, and I know you're grateful every day you have Avery. So that is what we both have in common. I like it. I like it a lot. Or compare notes on Sonny's technique. Ha! Sure. Wow. At least Sam got Sonny in a bed. Ava got Sonny in a crypt. Nakisha says, "Thank you." Hmm. Of course. No, thank you, Queen Nakisha. I like that idea of bringing them together because Ava could surely use some close family on the canvas. Because Avery is all she got. The only one that truly loves her outside of Trina, of course, too. But she has family, so I could see Sam being more of an option since Lucas is never even on camera anymore. So who knows how he feels about her? I mean, he was civilized with her the last time he saw her. I remember I seen it. He was civilized with her, but Never know. People change. But all right, my wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. I appreciate y'all so much for listening to me tonight. They said they need to have Delia on more. They do need to have Delia. But I appreciate you so much, CW and Queen Nikisha and Queen Jessica and whoever who watches this on the replay. I appreciate y'all so much for letting me open up and listening to me. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening. If you don't see me in the stream tomorrow, because I'm paying close attention to Raw now that CM Punk is back, but I will definitely be back in the stream on Tuesday if you don't see me pop in tomorrow, depending on how good Raw is. But I will be doing my regular reviews as well. But I thank y'all so much for being here, and I hope y'all have a good rest of your night. Yes, good night, my Queen Nikisha, as well. That's what families do. That's right. Thank you so much, CW. I appreciate it. All right. You all have a great night. See y'all soon.